Seven of Swords. Either you or your crosswatch, it's like our crosswatcher, or probably both of you have the same energy. Who knows? Some of you. It's a general reading, guys. Right. I'm going to clarify the Ten of Cups. King of Cups actually came out like this. The Moon, Cancerian energy. Justice, Libra energy. Under the deck, Two of Coins. So the energy, the overall energy of this Ten of Cups is juggling two options, two situations, two people, two matters, okay, two jobs, whatever that is occupying your time, because coin for me is also time. You're playing around with your time. And underneath of that, Temperance, healing. This is Sagittarian energy. Sagittarius is in your 12th house. It's all about ending and closure. Underneath of that, the Judgment. That's Scorpion energy. Okay, now let's see about the Ten of Cups. The clarification of the Ten of Cups. King of Cups. It's the energy of Scorpio or Pisces. Okay, Scorpio is in your 11th house. It's all about your peers, your networks, your friends. It's a house of friendship. Okay. It's a house of friendship. And it's all about love though. And King of Cups, they know, they balance, they're matured with their emotions, with these emotions. The second card is the Moon. The Moon is Cancerian energy, or also Pisces, but it's more Cancerian because it's Cancerian season, right? We're in July, and Cancer is in your 7th house. It's all about your relationship, and the Moon is about mystery. It's about secrets. It's about unknown. It can be also elusive. It's about our emotions. And the last card is Justice. It's Libra energy. Libra is not always balanced. Libra is always seeking balance because they're not balanced. And this can be also a merchant card, a merchant skill. Libra is in your Scorp. Yep. Libra is in your 10th house. It's all about your career, long-term goals, structure, about social status, public image, reputations. Is about yang side, masculinity, practicality. Okay, or maybe your cross watcher is thinking about its concerns about their long-term goals, their careers, their reputations, right? And there's a just manner. It needs to be taken with just equal balance. And it's also about having a problem with father, because 10 house is about masculinity, so it can be you having, some of you having problem with spouse, any masculine actually in your, like, important in your life, you know, like your father, even your ex-spouse. Then that should be balance. Right. I'm going to clarify the Three of Swords as your challenge. Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, the Hangman, Pisces energy, and under the deck, the Hermit, Virgo energy. It can be also ghosting, meditations, isolating oneself, going inward within to get enlightenment, to get all the answers by isolating oneself, going inward, right? Meditating. But this is mean also isolating oneself, isolating oneself, and there will be no communication. So the energy of this broken heart, like heartbroken, is because there's no communication. There's no communication between you guys. And to clarify that, fast communications, and fast communication is also about travel. And it's also the second card is the Five of Wands. It's going because there's also a conflict. The communication is also probably going to be a conflict about seeing things indifferently. Okay, it's a Hangman. It's being stuck, hanging around without even being useful, stuck and hanging. It's annoying though to have someone just like hanging around without doing anything, right? Just absorb and observing. Anyway, it's in your third house. This is Pisces energy, right? This is in your third house. It's how about your mind, how you think about communications, how you share, how you communicate with people, how you share things with others, and you stuck there. You're stuck, or you just hanging around there in social media, just doing nothing that is useful for yourself. And hoping you get enlightenment by doing that, because when it's in reverse, you are enlightened. You got the answers. But here, no, you just stuck. You just hanging there. And there's no communication, by the way, just because of stuff. Exactly just like a Virgo energy. Ghosting. And I'm sorry. There was a bike here that's really annoying, so noisy. So I have to pause it. Anyway, yep, exactly the same. The overall energy is the Hermit, right? And the Hermit with the Pisces, it's seven. It's a pair. It's a pair. It's a couple. It's seventh house of sorry. If this is about your third house, this is about your ninth house. Travel, just like this. The travel and the communication, exactly. And this is Sagittarian card. Okay. And Sagittarius is in your ending. In your 12th house, it's all about ending, closure, karma, isolation. I'm sorry for you, Cap. This heartbroken. What is challenge you? So I think you need to deal with it to have a new beginning. Just like what the mystical wisdom say. New beginning. Begin your new life. So you have to deal, you have to face the pain, the disappointment, whatever it is, sit with it, get over it, heal it, then you are able to move forward. Because if you ignore it, if you just put it aside, it's going to come back again to you, again. You can find you can get away. Yes, you can. Get distractions just to feel happy every day, just to ignore it, right? But you know what? Sooner or later, you're gonna face this. You taking longer and longer, even longer, and it's going like those swords going to be deeper and deeper and deeper. It's not like you going to acupuncture. It's only like not. Once you're taking your time, more and more, it's going really deep, and the hurts and how long you're going to stay there just to be able to heal from that, it's going to take also ages. So I not recommend you to put them aside. It's sooner, it's better to deal with that thing, with the pain. You faced it. There's nothing to worry, there's nothing to fear about the pain. Nothing. Come on, Cap. I know you're not the devil. Even though the devil is your energy, but you know that it's only illusions. Okay? The pain, I know it's the pain, but you cannot live without the pain. That's hallucinations, right? You're just living in the illusions if you want always to be happy. No, you cannot. You cannot. You have to face the truth. The truth is the truth, right? And being in this thing, in the hangman mode, okay, it's the same thing. It's a Pisces. It's an escapist. It's an excuse. a self-sabotage, not to face the reality. You're trying to buy your time? Go ahead. But your life is all that you have, all the time that you have, right? What are you gonna do with your time? That's the real Virgo energy. How you manage your time, the sense of usefulness, how you face yourself, how you going to enrich your life, how you manage your time. Okay, and everything, self-discipline and distractions, everything won't be exist. This, right, this is a Virgo, your foundations. Okay, your foundations. Virgo, the natural house of the sixth house is about health. First of all, it's about health, sense of usefulness, service to others, right? Analytical mind. Self-discipline is only there when one knows what does he or she's true desire, heart desires. So he or she has a willpower, she or he has a vision where to go exactly. So nothing can distract his life. That's Aquarian energy. The whole, it's like the overall energy. It's like vision, right? About the future, about what you're going to do, your target, your goal, your hopes. That is going to heal you anyway. That you're going to gain after a loss, because it's completion. It's a cycle, completed, the word. Alright, I think I'm done with the tarot. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the planet movements, what can affect you, especially for rising, like rising or ascendant signs of Capricorn, or any of you that has Capricorn in your first house. Okay, I'm going to see. Well, I prepared for other zodiac, but I forgot to prepare it for you. Sorry. So I can do it live. Anyway, Mercury is in Cancer, right? Mercury is Cancer, so it's in retrograde. That means in your relationship there's no communication. Or if you are dealing with contracts, have to deal with something, I suggest you to check carefully every details, because normally when you sign a contract or a deal in a Mercury retrograde, there's going to be complicated things that is going to make it even longer, the process. Okay, so be careful with that. And it's going to be ended, I mean, the Mercury is going direct in 12th of July though, so in a week, or you can just be patient and do everything after when the Mercury goes in direct. Okay, and when Mercury is in retrograde, traveling is also not considerable or not recommended. Okay, because you can have an accident. Okay, something like that. So Venus direct in Gemini, but tomorrow going to Cancer. Okay, so now still direct in sixth house, your sixth house, which is your health, your work habits, your sense of usefulness, your service to others. Okay, but tomorrow, 7th of July, is going. It's entering to Cancer, which is your seventh house, your relationship, your house of relationship. Means everything is going to be nicer there. Okay, it's going to be beauty. There's going to be more harmony. It's going to be balance, right? But the thing is, Mercury is still in retrograde, so it's a little bit prolonged. But sometimes, uh, when uh, when something is delayed, okay, things around you, the energy around you is trying to align with your frequency, with your energy. If things are aligned or not, they're going to be expelled by itself, right? So let's see what's going to happen to you in 12th of July when it's direct. It's also in your seventh house. So you're going to have Mercury, Venus in your seventh house relationship. Ooh la la. Isn't it cool? And Mars with Chiron is in Aries. That means Cancer, Gemini, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Aries. It's in your fourth house. It's all about home, family, femininity, your self-care, your emotions, your mom, right? Also about your children. It's about women in your life. That's why I'm saying it's about also about your mom. And Mars is all about action, and it lasts for 6 months there. Okay, so there's action is needed in your home environment, about your roots, your traditions, your family, your emotions, self-care, yeah. And also Chiron is the planet of healing, so you need to heal also about all of those matters that I just mentioned, because it's the fourth house is all about home and family. You need to heal that. Happy. And in your first house, there's Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto in retrograde in your first house. It's all about yourself. It's about your image. It's about your identity. How you approach your life. How you want to be presented in public. It's also about your idealism. It's about you. Okay. Jupiter is just like a magnifying glasses, okay, and it's also luck. It's about wisdom, higher education, okay. Jupiter in retrograde, you need to reevaluate all of your wisdoms, all about yourself. Saturn is all about foundations. It's about self-discipline. It's about responsibility, self-responsibility. It's also about being accountable, accountability, right? Saturn, Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn is in its own house. Saturn, when it's like a planet, when it's in its own house, the energy is doubled. Okay, so it's all about long-term goal. It's about a stability. Okay, it's a good structure. Okay, so, and it's in retrograde, so you need to reevaluate what you have. And Capricorn like to make rules. What kind of rules that probably eaten yourself, that is not works for you anymore, that it's against yourself at the end. Those kind of beliefs that you have set for yourself, that you need to reevaluate, because it's just like a boomerang to you right now. Pluto in retrograde. Pluto is about, it's a house, like Pluto is about power and transformations. It's a god of hell. It's a god of hell, so yeah. So before you can transform yourself, you need to reevaluate all of those things to be so you have a better and a solid of your own sense of self, your true self, basically. Yep. And Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus is in your fifth house. Yeah, it's in your fifth house. It's all about self-expression, drama, love affairs, romance, your creativity, your fertility, your immature kind of spirit. I prefer to say it like that than that way, even though childlike kind of spirit sounds better. And yeah, it's a house of joy anyway. It's a house of pleasure. Okay, and Uranus, it's a planet of rebellion, and it's always questions about questioning the status quo. So you're going to questioning your romance kind of life, your love affairs, your creativity, how you express yourself. And Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces. Pisces is in your third house, your communication, your mind, the way you thinking, your perceptions, your early educations, your siblings, your neighbors, right? Your social activities. And Neptune is all about idealism, your dreams. Okay. So when it's in retrograde, it's going to be 6 months there. Okay. So you need to reevaluate your dreams, your goals, your and your idealism. Maybe your idealism about marriage, your idealism about works, your idealism about sharing with others is not the same way that you've been taught, that you have taught since you were a kid. Okay, because it's also about your early education. Okay. And Neptune is self-undoing too, that leaving the old patterns. So it's also about subconscious minds. It's our memories, it's like all the informations that is recorded in our body, okay, that make us do things automatically, just like habits, because it's a familiar. Okay, that's why it becomes an old patterns. Once we recognize it, once we realize or aware that we've been doing it without even our being conscious about it. Okay, that's why it's like it can also lead us to self-sabotage, that hold us back from our to achieve whatever we desire. Okay, that's Neptune. Okay, that's it.